A very warm evening to all of you, and today our topic of discussion is what are the important topics with your UPSC this time. With around a month left, we need to understand what kind of topics must be given more focus and what should be the key areas that you should study. So in this class, we have compiled the list of important topics which you have to cover. Now, before I begin, I would definitely recommend that we have covered all the down to earth for last 1 year and prior to that as well. But down to earth comes every fortnightly, every 15 days magazine. So all of those editions are covered. If you get time, go through the playlist, go through the complete down to earth summaries. Last year, there were numerous questions from physical sciences. We believe this year there can be numerous questions from biotechnology or biomedical fields. So let's go through some of the important topics that we feel must be covered extensively for your preparation. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions, feel free to post those in the comment section. Now, Maurya has a question about Hindi. So our Hindi lectures online are available on Examrace Hindi. On Examrace Hindi, we are available every Thursday at 6 p.m. So you can join us there. Now, the first important topic that we say is EIA, Environmental Impact Assessment. This has been discussed extensively in Down to Earth, a very important topic recently with lots of devastations and landslides that have been witnessed in Uttarakhand. We need to focus this topic elaborately. Now, Vamsi has a question about where to read topics from environment. Now, understand there is no one particular book that I recommend for environment. You should definitely cover NCERT Biology 11th and 12th, the sections on environment. Very, very important. Specifically, as you have mentioned, environmental pollution, ecology, ecosystems. Best compilation would be found there. If you get access to other materials, Truman's Biology for 11th and 12th would be again a good reference. If none of those are available, you can watch those on the channel that we have covered. The next is stubble burning. Now, stubble burning, again a very very important topic. This time we need to understand that stubble burning is being converted, the raw material is being converted into manure. There have been various methods for decomposition which are used. So biodecomposers, as we call it, where numerous fungi are used and enzymes are released which can be utilized for, which can help the hay being utilized into manure. So those are some of the methods that we definitely recommend. The next was an extensive coverage on face recognition technology. Is a very important breakthrough development. We have covered this in Down to Earth. Very very important topic. So just go through the playlist, I tell you again, and in the playlist, in the title itself, you would find the keywords. So check out the video where we have covered face recognition. You can check out the handouts for the same as well at Examrace current affairs section. So a very important topic this time is face recognition. Then COVID, anything related to it becomes definitely important, and that's why I said biomedical, biotechnological concepts are important. So concepts like mucormycosis, what are monoclonal antibodies, how this monoclonal cocktail is utilized, PCR, polymerase chain reaction, which we have covered in separate lectures. What is the steroids, how do steroids act, what are the anabolic steroids, how they are different from corticosteroids. Then immunity, the acquired immunities, the innate immunities, how do these immunities help in development. Then we have taken one extensive class on vitamins, the role of vitamins and the lost vitamins which are no more into existence. So the naming was done and later on removed. So again an important topic. And then cytokine storm, how do they occur, what are they, RT-PCR, the testing methodology. Then medical oxygen, industrial grade oxygen, the difference between the two. All these topics we have created a separate playlist, which is the COVID-19 playlist. Probably that could be useful for you. And these are certain informative content that is actually important for your examination point of view. Then Drone surveillance, how this drone surveillance is used, Swamitva scheme based on drone surveillance, the land record maintenance. Then microplastics, how it is affecting the ocean bed, the ocean floor. Again, a very important topic that you need to cover. Honey and adulteration of honey. We have found out that this was an extensive work which was done by the DTE itself, down to earth itself, the Center for Science and Environment, and exclusively published their report in DTE. This is one of the very important topics, honey and adulteration of honey. So cover this topic very carefully. The next is Changpas, how do they live and how is their lifestyle slowly and gradually changing. The yak and the inputs from yak, how they are actually changing. Scopex, again a very important topic. Then certain smaller topics like the utility for Nolan Good, Galgal, Nardu are some of the topics which have been discussed in Down to Earth. Then similarly you have the Udupi turmeric, Kandamahal haldi as we call it. So those things which have been tagged as GI indicators. We have done an extensive study of Loktak Lake in Down to Earth, and how Loktak Lake and the floating lakes have the ecology have been disturbed during the COVID. So again becomes a major important topic. 6G technology, again an important topic covered again in Down to Earth. So very important. This last edition we had issues related to Halari donkey, how they are getting endangered, and how their protection is important, how the various medicines are prepared. Similarly, one study was done based on Homo Longi and Harbin Cranium, and both of these again covered in Down to Earth. So right now we are taking most of the topics which we have already covered in Down to Earth. So I'm not going into the rapid details of all these topics, just to make sure that you don't miss these topics before your examination. These are to be covered definitely, very important. Olympics this time, the main focus could be environmental perspective. So Green Olympics, what were the things which were taken into account to keep the Olympics green, the utility of sandalwood, and definitely issues related to it. Thanks Tulasi. If you have any questions, please feel free to connect here. Then vultures, the influence of diclofenac, the declining population of vultures, the role of vultures as a scavenger in the society and therefore in the ecosystem, and therefore very important. Then we have the Parivesh portal. Now this portal talks about a web portal where you have the environmental issues that are discussed one on one. Then Green India Mission. Now this is a part of the National Action Plan on Climate Change, the 8 goals that we have talked about, and of which one of the goal is Green India Mission. So how we can have a combination of measures which can be adopted and which can be used for mitigation purpose, how forest dependent communities can actually adopt, and all those related concepts are part of Green India Mission. We have covered an exclusive lecture which is on the National Action Plan on Climate Change, the 8 programs, which is again important, the Millennium Development Goals and Sustainable Development Goals, again an important topic. Clear? Harihar, we do have the questions and the material for ethics. Now this is important because we have covered that exclusively on Doorstep Tutor. The video lectures would be covered shortly, but for now you can cover the videos, the few of the videos that we have done on ethics which are available on the channel. The complete video course for your GS section would be done probably by your 2022 examinations. Clear? The next is Swachh Nirmal Tat. Now this is a scheme where we are talking about beach cleaning, nearly 50 of the beaches, and how the ministry and the Society for Integrated Coastal Management is working forward for cleaning the beach and bringing in the waste management rules 2016 into action. The next is NATCOM. Again, a very important topic where we focus on how UNICEF is working with NATCOM in order to bring in a environmental setup. Then we have Envis, which is a portal of National environmental information system, and this environmental information system aims at implementing the green skill development programs. We call this as GSDPs, the green skill development programs. Then the national environment surveys would be conducted, community driven approach would be done, and all these would be taken into account through the ENVIS. Okay, so ENVIS, a very important body in India. We call this as environment information system. Clear? Siddharth, it's heartiest congratulations to you, and it's not us, but it's your effort and your hard work because of which you were able to qualify. I wish you very good luck for your further exams and preparation that you are doing. Okay, the next is the global timeline for reaching net zero emissions. Now here we say that we are saying that by 2045 to 2055 we would focus on net zero carbon dioxide. 2060 to 2070 we aim at net zero greenhouse gases. Then we again focus on the net zero greenhouse gases and the implications if the warming levels are up to 2 degrees Celsius. If they are up to 1.5 degrees Celsius, these are the targets that could be achieved. But if this shifts to 2 degrees Celsius, you can see how our targets would move forward. So again, very important to understand that net zero emission is important, and China is committed to be a net zero emitter before 2060. Similarly, many other nations have been working forward for bringing down their levels of emissions. Now, IPCC report, very important. We have covered this topic elaborately. Similarly, we have covered one topic on heat domes. Recently, we have seen extreme heat waves in parts of United States and Canada. The reasons and the factors besides those heat domes we have covered. Similarly, tar balls, again an important topic which we have covered. We have done certain case studies of Vanuatu Island and Nauru Island as the case study. So Nauru, Vanuatu are some of the case studies related to climate change. Very important. If not for your prelims, definitely for your mains answer writing. And answer writing, again we have brought in numerous topics for your examination point of view. So cover those carefully again. Okay, now when it comes to the short-lived climate forces, as it has been mentioned in the IPCC report, we can see methane has a lifetime of 12 years. Black carbon, or what we call as soot, has a lifetime of a few days. Halocarbons have around 20 years, and sulfates, nitrates and organic aerosols remains for few days. So that is where we see the most important thing is nitrate, sulfate and organic aerosols actually have a cooling impact. However, all these methane, ozone, black carbon, halocarbons have a warming impact. Okay, so very important. A short and sweet table which tells you a lot of things. The main culprits behind these short-lived climate forces and how they are affecting the atmosphere. Clear? The next is plastic impact. We also focus on the various platforms and how this is one of the platforms that have been brought by World Wildlife Fund, and the idea is India is one of the leaders in bringing in the plastic pact. The next is in Kendrapara district. We have seen all the 3 species of crocodiles which are found: the saltwater, the magar and the gharial. So the Bhartiyar Kanika National Park is one of the important ones. Lantham snip is one of the migratory birds which completes its migratory cycle through a huge track and is important. Similarly, green hydrogen, a very important constituent. Now we have few terms that are used: green hydrogen, blue, brown and grey hydrogen. What is the difference? Green hydrogen is by electrolysis of water, and it's a highly renewable process because you can break down water and then rejoin it again. So similar to solar energy, wind energy, green hydrogen is renewable. Now it is being used for India is saying that it would be using it for fertilizers and therefore would be highly important. Brown hydrogen is where emissions are released into the atmosphere. Blue hydrogen is which is produced from natural gas, and then we have grey hydrogen which is again from the natural gas, but the emissions are released into the air. India's highest herbal park has been built up in Mana village, so it's part of the Chamoli region and one of the important areas. So 4 sections have been developed. The next is there have been amendments in the plastic waste Management Rule 2021. So what are those? Again important. So the minimum thickness of less than 50 microns would not be allowed as per the 2016 Plastic Amendment Act, and now we have increased this limit from 50 microns to 75, going up to 100 in the coming days. So again important. Kigali Agreement and the implications with the Montreal Protocol, very important. India aims to reduce the hydrofluorocarbons by 80% by 2047. That's 100 years after India's independence. And China and US again aims to attain the same. So again, one of the very important developments that we need to see. And this is one of the major process of stratifications, that the kind of ratifications which India has done. Ramsar Wetlands, 4 new wetlands have been added. One is the Sultanpur, then you have Bhindwas, and then in Gujarat there are 2. So one is the Thol Lake Sanctuary and the other is Vadhwana wetland. So all of those are now part of Ramsar. 4 new Ramsar sites have been added. Similarly, the Sokar wetland in Ladakh is again part of it. There are 14 different tiger reserves which are now part of global conservation standards. We have brought in a new system which is Earth System Science Data Portal, which talks about data related to earth sciences and therefore can be globally and nationally used. A Dolphin Research Center has been established in Patna. These are some small news which we can say are important. Probably now gangetic dolphins are important. They are actually blind, but they are the India's national aquatic animal, and they are among one of the 4 freshwater fishes across the world. So highly important. Other 3 of those are found in Yangtze River, and most of them are actually extinct now. So this becomes a really important issue. Conservation of it becomes important. Now climate change is risking the life of children, and how it is, so that has been assessed through the Children's Climate Risk Index, again an important topic. OSOWOG, which is One Sun, One World, One Grid, portal through which we say new and renewable energies are important and how they can be utilized. We focus on RAISE initiative, which is retrofitting of air conditioning to improve the indoor air quality. So bringing in the issue of bad air quality indoors is brought through it. Eco bridges are generated. Now this is an interesting concept where bridges are generated specifically for wildlife sanctuaries, basically wildlife, and these bridges are seen through the Uttarakhand projects. Then we have Project Lion, again important. We have numerous species of the numerous national parks where lions are being protected. In Gujarat again we have seen that new regions are being cited. So the new areas which are being demarcated under Project Lion are important. Sokar wetland, we already mentioned, is now part of the Ramsar Convention. The Montreux record is important. It is a register which actually maintains the wetlands on the list of the wetlands of international importance and their ecological characteristics. So one of the major topics which have been discussed. Rahul, if you have any questions, feel free to post those in the comment section. Now biodecomposer, as we said, this is mainly used for settle burning. So what happens is the decomposition is done through fungi. There are 7 different types of fungi which are grown on the hay, and this actually converts it into manure which can be further used. So it digests the cellulose and the pectin in the paddy straw, which can be further used as a manure. Clear? Prashant, yes, we are in the process of developing videos related to ethics and case studies which would be available on Doorstep Tutor shortly. Right now we have covered numerous case studies on Doorstep Tutor already which can be studied. Vamsi, as I mentioned, I do not recommend any one institute book as of now. The best thing is you can go for is NCERT for environment, and that's mainly the NCERT biology. Truman's is a good reference that you you can go for 11th and 12th biology. Again, I would say that most of the topics are pertaining to what have been asked in down to earth. So cover the topics of down to earth carefully. Then we have covered numerous topics like volatile organic compounds and microplastics, ocean bed pollution, coral bleaching. So those are some of the important topics that you must cover. Okay, Prashant, as you can see in the link below, that's the doorsteptutor.com. Here is the link. You can go on to IAS section, and it's also available in the description of this video. You can simply go on to this link and go for mains. In the mains, you can check out GS paper 4 and you would find all the relevant material related to ethics there. Clear? Zombie fire, very very important topic. In Arctic, we have seen all of the sudden forest fires, and how does they occur? It occurs under the surface of the earth and suddenly gushes out at one of the points and reignites on the surface. So it's mainly underground, gushing and reigniting on the surface, and therefore very very important topic. Similarly, another important topic is coal gasification. It is the process through which syngas is produced, and this is mainly the carbon dioxide, hydrogen, then we have carbon dioxide, methane and water vapor which are part of it. So during this process, coal is blown with oxygen and the steam is heated under pressure. So we call this as a process of gasification. Clear? The next is flue gas desulphurization. Now this is again a process through which sulfur dioxide is removed. So the process of removal of sulfur dioxide is known as flue gas desulphurification, and it is mainly from the furnace or the boilers or any other industrial process through which it goes. The next is E20 fuel. It is a blend of 20% ethanol with gasoline, and this is one of the next generation fuels that we talk about. The idea is to reduce the vehicular emissions, and we also talk about the electric vehicles, hybrid vehicles, the scrappage policy. So all of these again become important topic for this year. Clear? Oil import bill, again important topic. We talk about green crackers. Now what are firecrackers? Green firecrackers, because of the chemical composition which actually requires water molecules, and it reduces the absorption because it absorbs the dust actually which is present in the cracker. Then we have various crackers, the various colors of the crackers which are obtained through various salts and are important. Tar balls, as I already mentioned, is covered in a separate lecture, important topic. Ammonium nitrate explosion was recently seen in Beirut, again an important topic. Now pure ammonium nitrate is not an explosive, very important to note. It is simply an oxidizer, as it is classified under the United Nations classification for dangerous substances. But when it is mixed with some kind of fuel, or there is some containment which any external factor which is introduced, it can turn into an explosive. The blue flag beach, again the criteria for the same, we have covered that separately. We have two new sites which have been added as UNESCO heritage site. We have covered separate classes on that too separately. So which are the beaches which are now part of the blue flag? The criteria, the 33 criteria points for blue flag beach are important. Biofuels, again we have covered a separate lecture. The first generation, second generation, third and fourth generation biofuels, what are they and how they are useful, are some of the important topics that you must cover. So this was a quick recap of the topics that you must cover. As mentioned, most of the topics are already covered. We have already done those topics. Still, if you have any questions, any doubts, feel free to post those either in the comment section or email us to admin@examrace.com. Regarding practice MCQs, all the MCQs which are from Yojana Kurukshetra down to earth, every month we keep on adding those MCQs in the IAS Prelims GS paper 1 portal. So you find a compendium of questions for practice at the website. If you still have any other question, feel free to connect. Prashant has a question: if we take the optional course for CSE, will the contemporary topics are uploaded? Definitely, any of our video course that we provide, be it UPSC, geography or any other optional, we keep a regular update of those. You can already see it on the website on Doorstep Tutor as of now. We already have the course guidelines and the latest videos which are constantly added in it. So we keep on adding the new content as it is required. And recently we have added a lot of topics specifically on human geography. We are seeing that the diverse nature of human geography, which has been witnessed with net examination, can be replicated with your UPSC. So all new topics, new philosophical constructs related to human geography are again added. Similarly, new concepts which have been witnessed related to environment, related to physical geography are constantly added. Let's say if you have new census which is released, then we would have the updates for India geography as well. So that is about any of our video course, not just geography, but yes, even paper 1 course or any other course. And now yes, even for students who are looking for 1 month 2 month subscription, because there have been queries for the same, we are also providing short term video courses subscription for the students, those who are looking for it. Okay. Definitely Pioneer has a question. Okay, we are live every Tuesdays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. on Examrace, and every Thursdays at 6 p.m. on Examrace Hindi. In the meanwhile, if you have any other questions or you are looking for one-on-one consultation, feel free to drop a request to admin@examrace.com, and you would be scheduled for a one-on-one consultation. Prashant, even if you enroll now, you would get all the updated materials every 3 monthly, 6 monthly, as and when it is required. We keep on adding new lectures to the existing course. So don't worry, you definitely, since you are looking for 2023, should go for a lifetime subscription rather than a 1 month or 2 month short-term course. Okay. Yes, all the videos which are important, I repeat again, are added constantly to the video course. You can already check that out on the web page on Doorstep Tutor. Wish you a very good luck for preparation. If you have further doubts, feel free to reach us to our contact number 999 800 8851. Wish you a very good luck. Have a good day ahead.